In this podcast episode, Dr. Mark Hyman welcomes Mark Manson, the best-selling author known for his contrarian approach to self-help. Manson's work challenges conventional wisdom about happiness and personal development, offering a refreshing perspective on how to navigate life's complexities. Throughout the conversation, they delve into various subjects that reveal the deeper truths about happiness, self-awareness, and the human experience. Manson begins by addressing a common misconception about happiness, the idea that it is a constant state to be achieved. He argues that the self-help industry often promotes an unrealistic view of happiness, suggesting that one can simply think positively or follow a set of guidelines to attain a blissful life. He emphasizes that this perspective can lead to disillusionment, as life inherently includes pain, struggle, and discomfort. Instead of chasing an elusive state of happiness, he advocates for embracing the full spectrum of human emotions, including sadness and frustration. Manson explains that true growth often comes from facing challenges and discomfort rather than avoiding them. He believes that by accepting the inevitability of pain and suffering, individuals can cultivate resilience and a more profound sense of fulfillment. This shift in mindset allows people to appreciate the moments of joy and happiness when they arise, rather than viewing them as the ultimate goal. A significant theme in Manson's philosophy is the importance of honesty, both with oneself and with others. He shares his journey from being part of the pickup artist community, where manipulation and dishonesty were prevalent, to embracing radical honesty in his relationships. He argues that being truthful, even when it is uncomfortable, leads to healthier and more authentic connections with others. Manson recounts how his commitment to honesty transformed his relationship with his wife. Initially, his candidness about his feelings and intentions caused friction, but over time, it built a foundation of trust and understanding. He emphasizes that honesty is not just about avoiding lies. It is about being transparent and vulnerable, which ultimately fosters deeper connections and a more meaningful life. Manson discusses the pervasive nature of self-deception in human behavior. He points out that everyone lies to themselves to some extent, often to protect their ego or avoid facing uncomfortable truths. This self-deception can manifest in various ways, such as rationalizing unhealthy habits or denying personal shortcomings. He believes that recognizing and confronting these lies is crucial for personal growth. Manson encourages listeners to engage in self-reflection and to question their beliefs and motivations. By doing so, individuals can uncover the underlying reasons for their behaviors and make more informed choices. He asserts that the journey towards self-awareness is ongoing and requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about oneself. Another critical aspect of Manson's philosophy is the influence of environment on behavior. He explains that our surroundings, including the people we associate with and the habits we cultivate, play a significant role in shaping our choices and overall well-being. Manson emphasizes the importance of creating a supportive environment that aligns with one's values and goals. He shares his personal experience of reevaluating his social circle after committing to a healthier lifestyle. Manson realized that many of his friendships were centered around unhealthy habits, such as excessive drinking and indulgent eating. By surrounding himself with individuals who shared his values, he found it easier to maintain his commitment to health and well-being. This shift highlights the importance of intentionality in choosing relationships and environments that support personal growth. Manson delves into the concept of suffering, asserting that it is an inherent part of the human experience. He references the Buddhist idea that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. This perspective encourages individuals to accept their pain without attaching unnecessary meaning to it. Manson believes that by reframing suffering as a natural aspect of life, people can reduce their emotional turmoil and find greater peace. He also discusses the role of expectations in shaping our experience of suffering. When individuals hold rigid expectations about how life should unfold, they are more likely to experience disappointment and suffering. Manson advocates for a more flexible approach to expectations, allowing for the unpredictability of life while still pursuing personal goals and aspirations. Manson challenges the notion of deserving, arguing that it can lead to entitlement and dissatisfaction. He explains that the belief that one deserves happiness or success can create unrealistic expectations and a sense of injustice when those expectations are not met. Instead, Manson suggests that individuals should focus on their actions and choices rather than their perceived entitlements. By letting go of the deserving narrative, people can cultivate a more grounded perspective on life. Manson emphasizes that happiness and fulfillment come from the effort and intention behind one's actions, rather than from a sense of entitlement. This shift allows individuals to take responsibility for their lives and find meaning in their experiences, regardless of external circumstances. Throughout the conversation, Manson highlights the importance of relationships in shaping our happiness and well-being. He argues that meaningful connections with others are essential for a fulfilling life. However, he also emphasizes that these relationships must be built on honesty and authenticity. Manson believes that superficial connections or relationships based on manipulation ultimately lead to dissatisfaction. He encourages listeners to invest in relationships that foster growth and support. By surrounding oneself with individuals who challenge and inspire, people can create a network of support that enhances their overall well-being. Manson's insights underscore the idea that relationships are not just a source of happiness, but also a vital component of personal development. Manson discusses the transformative power of self-reflection in personal growth. He believes that taking the time to examine one's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors is crucial for understanding oneself and making meaningful changes. Manson encourages listeners to engage in regular self-reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, or conversations with trusted friends. He shares his own experiences with self-reflection, noting that it has helped him identify patterns in his behavior and beliefs. By gaining insight into his motivations and desires, Manson has been able to make more intentional choices that align with his values. This practice of self-reflection serves as a powerful tool for personal growth and self-awareness. Manson emphasizes the importance of vulnerability in building authentic connections and fostering personal growth. He argues that being open and honest about one's struggles and insecurities allows for deeper relationships and a greater sense of belonging. Manson believes that vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is a source of strength. He encourages listeners to embrace vulnerability as a means of connecting with others and fostering empathy. By sharing their experiences and challenges, individuals can create a sense of community and support. Manson's perspective on vulnerability highlights its role in cultivating meaningful relationships and enhancing overall well-being. Manson concludes the conversation by discussing the ongoing journey of personal growth. He emphasizes that growth is not a destination, but a continuous process of learning and self-discovery. Manson encourages listeners to embrace the challenges and setbacks that come with this journey, as they often provide valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. He reminds us that personal development is not about achieving a perfect state of happiness, but rather about navigating the complexities of life with honesty and resilience.